Back at the Detroit River, Dick Crippen along with Jim Hendrick as they batten down the canopy on the Miss Budweiser as Scott Pierce gets ready to take the boat out for this, the Budweiser Gold Cup. Scott in the U12, the U10 Winston Eagle. Mark Tate, a young man who's had his share of wins out here today and has been in every hunt. The U8 Executone, George Woods Jr., definitely a boat to contend with. The Brake Shop U2, Steve David, part of this all-turbine field. The U6, the Valvoline Miss Madison, Mike Hanson out of Madison, Indiana, and the trailer boat is the U50 American Spirit, Mark Evans. One more boat out there on their field in case any of the others can't make it, the U7 Miss SUNDEK, Jerry HOPP. And as they come down to the turn now and get ready, we are getting braced for some wild racing action.
This is it. This is for all the... Oh, we've got a problem. Miss Budweiser hooked it. Hooked the boat in corner number 3, trying to get it started, and the clock is ticking. He's got to be on a plane, Dick, by the 1-minute gunner is disqualified.
We'll see what he does to compensate for this. The other boats are all the way down to the far end of the course. It looks like he has a little bit of a burp in the engine. He's going to try to restart it again. Scott Pierce has got to be pushing all sorts of buttons in there, trying to get the boat started because he's going to have to catch the rest of the field as they come around within the 1-minute period.
He's got 12 seconds, 11 seconds, 10 seconds, 9 seconds. He's up on a plane with 9 seconds to spare. Listen for the 1-minute gun.
He made it. There it is. The 1-minute gun has sounded in Detroit as we get ready for the 1991 Budweiser Gold Cup. This is the most prestigious cup in all of powerboat racing. There is none bigger than the Unlimited Gold Cup. It is a beautiful, beautiful trophy, and the driver who wins it certainly goes down in the annals of history. There you can see the Miss Budweiser, Scott Pierce cutting across. Let's see if he can grab that inside lane. Remember how important that has been when the Winston Eagle has been inside. Winston Eagle has been able to beat him, but this time it's the Brake Shop. Steve David has taken lane 1 away from the Miss Budweiser. We'll see where the Winston Eagle ends up, probably in lane number 3 right alongside him. As they come down and around now, the Miss Madison, the Valvoline Miss Madison, is trying also to position itself. It looks like lane 3 for him, so it's going to be the Winston Eagle all the way on the outside in lane number 4. One boat in lane 5, and it looks like an early start for the Miss Budweiser. I don't know. He sure left the rest of the field, Jim. We're going to have to wait for official word on that. He might have started early, but let's not worry about it because right now the Winston Eagle is trying to close him down with Executone, the white boat, all the way to the left of your screen, coming up hard on the outside in 3rd.
5 of the fastest race boats in the world for the most prestigious cup in all powerboat racing, the APBA Gold Cup. It's Budweiser on top as he comes off of corner number 2. But as I said, and you said, Dick, there is a question mark. We have to wait for the official word. They take a picture when the clock goes to 0, and if he isn't in it, then he's going to be penalized an extra lap. We're looking at Mark Tate in the Winston Eagle. He'll come on strong. This is going to be a battle, and I think this is the kind of battles we're going to see all year long.
I don't think there's any question of that, Jim. As you see Mark Tate now, the veil of the rooster tail of the Miss Budweiser. There he is coming out of the outside. You can just barely see him pop into the picture there. Not even a boat length and a half between those two boats. Tate continues to close down the Miss Budweiser. Scott Pierce is very aware. You can see those little tiny black mirrors off the side of the cockpits. They can look back. They have limited vision, but he can look back. There's no question right now that Mark Tate is going to hide a little bit in the blind spot and try to catch Scott Pierce unaware. But right now, Scott Pierce has got the advantage on the inside, and he's taking full advantage of it. Oh, we lost part of the cowling off of the Winston Eagle, but I'll tell you what, it doesn't look like we lost any of the power. Mark Tate is still full pedal to the floor.
And we've just gotten word the Miss Budweiser has been penalized an extra lap for jumping the clock. He is not in first place as we look at him coming down the back chute. He is in 6th place, but he's going to give it a battle anyway, and look at Mark Tate come up, and the fans don't know it. They're watching hydroplane racing at its very best.
Well, neither of these drivers have backed off. I know that they have radios in their helmets, so I'm sure that they're aware of the situation, but I think right now it's a matter of pride. I think Mark Tate wants to beat the Miss Budweiser. I think Miss Budweiser wants to hold him off. No question. You can see a yellow flag is out there. We've had a problem on the course, and of course we saw the problem develop when the part of the cowling, the scoop that brings the air down onto that powerful turbine engine of the Winston Eagle flew off, and he's just about to come into range of that scoop. I hope they watch watch out. The report is that it is floating on top of the water down in the Belle Isle turn. There it is. Oh, he just barely missed it, but he kept his RPM up, and he's got him on the outside.
Dick, I'll bet you now, Mark Tate knows, hey, I lost my cowling as he saw it go by.
No question the color of that cowling, so I know he knows it was his, but you know what's liable to happen? The way the boat's operating, it's doing so well, they may never put that back on. We'll watch it later on. You saw the executone there. That's the boat that if the word we're getting that the Budweiser has been penalized a lap is official, then the executone will be in second place. But look at the driving skills of these two guys. On the inside, Scott Pierce. On the outside to the left of your screen now, it is the Dayglow orange boat of Winston Eagle, and they are battling deck to deck. A great job of driving, and again, we're seeing great confidence between these drivers in their abilities.
Winston, of course, has developed now an Ultra Lap Award, the fastest qualifier of each race, the first official race in Hawaii. Last November, Tommy Death and Miss Budweiser won it at 152.1. Here in Detroit, Scott Pierce a couple of days ago, over 158 mile an hour, wins the Winston Ultra Lap Award.
Well, congratulations out to both Tom Death and Scott Pierce, the driver who replaced him in the Miss Budweiser seat. What a battle we're seeing here. As they come around, it is a hook. Miss Budweiser hooked slightly as he came out of the turn. Scott Pierce held onto the boat, but it is Mark Tate who has now taken the lead. Stephen David is trying to hold on to third place out there, and Executone now riding officially in second place, the white boat. Boy, what battles we have seen out here today, and the big battle is going to be for third place. On the inside, it is the brake shop, Stephen David. On the outside of him, the blue and white Valvoline Miss Madison. Coming down for the checker, though, Mark Tate is going to be the man looking up into the stands and smiling ever so big. He is a hometown driver from the Detroit area. Mark Tate wins for the first time ever a championship heat in the unlimited hydroplanes, and needless to say, his dream has come true. He has won the Unlimited Gold Cup.
Second place will go to the Executone in the battle for third. Very close. Valvoline Miss Madison takes third, the brake shop fourth. We'll be back with the winning driver interview in just a moment.
Nothing beats a winning team, pushing hard, reaching for the dream. Nothing beats clean, crisp and cold. Got the king of beers, you're on a roll. Nothing beats a Budweiser.
She's won 11 World Championships and the 1990 Gold Cup. She's Bernie Little's Miss Budweiser.
Nothing beats a Bud.
Talk to these winners right now on our national television show. Look at this happy pair, Steve WOOMER and Mark Tate. Steve, first you. It's been a long time coming.
Oh, yeah, and the Gold Cup, I mean, what a way to start the year for the Winston Eagle. I mean, you know, and Dwayne Robertson from RJ Reynolds is here with us celebrating. This is a wonderful start to the season, and what a job Mark did. Drove around him on the outside.
Mark, listen, this is hometown, buddy. You got to feel good.
Can't feel any better. I don't know, the Winston Eagle crew and the team and Steve WOOMER just gave me the best piece of equipment that money could buy, and I'll tell you what, RJR Reynolds Tobacco Company has just been a tremendous people to work for. I'm just happy to be here. 20 years of a lifetime dream come true for me. I'm pretty emotional right now.
Ha good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mark Tate, Steve WOOMER, very emotional over the win. The Winston Eagle, the Gold Cup winner for 1991. What a weekend of racing in Detroit, Jim.
And the standings so far for the coming up O'Doul shootout at Honolulu will be the top 3 point getters, and they stand in Miss Budweiser, Executone, Winston Eagle, and the rest of the field.
And any of you that would like to get more information, here's an address that you can write to. Or
The most prestigious cup in all powerboat racing, the Gold Cup, goes to the Winston Eagle team for 1991. And Dick, an exciting way to start the season with the second race for points on the Eagle Snacks Tour.
Jim, I'll tell you, I've been around this a long time, and rarely have I seen the kind of driving we saw for the first 3 laps here. And I think both Mark Tate and Scott Pierce deserve an awful lot of credit. But what a moment for Mark Tate. In his hometown, his mom and dad were both here. They backed him into racing for years. His dad actually was racing for part of this weekend anyway before his boat broke. It was just a weekend that encompassed everything. And this beauty right here, the Gold Cup, sums it all up for Mark Tate today. It was a great moment.
So it's chapter number 1 with 7 more chapters to go and lots more exciting action. On behalf of Dick Crippen, I'm Jim Hendrick from Detroit. So long.
I told Dwayne he could take
He's got